So it gives me great pleasure to introduce a great friend to NASA and to the Goddard Space Flight Center, Senator Barbara Mikulski. Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Director Bolden and Administrator Bolden, and to all of you. First of all, I'm just glad to be back at Goddard once again and to say hello to all of the wonderful men and women who work here at NASA Goddard, the civil servants, the contractors, all of the people here, over 10,000 people, scientists, engineers, our very own in-house Nobel Prize winner. I'm so proud of Goddard. Every day in every way, you lead the way in earth science, helping us understand the earth itself, its climate, and all the great science research that Goddard does. And we've had a very successful year, like at Wallops, where we've actually had an unmanned crew, an unmanned commercial vehicle go take cargo up to the space station, and our continued work with Hubble, space servicing, all the wonderful things you do. And now today, the delivery of the parts, all of the component parts, to really actually build the James Webb Telescope. I see this as kind of like Legos meets NASA in all of these parts being put together. But I have a great deal of confidence in what's going to happen here, that it will be assembled, then tested, then its major route all the way to French Guiana in 2018 for its launch. Now, Administrator Bolden has talked about how tough I am. Friends, I'm not the one that's tough on you. The Tea Party's tough on you. I've saved you from the Tea Party. My firmness in getting the right information to keep on budget line saved you. It was not me being tough. It was them seeking quick fixes to cut the budget. And James Webb Telescope, at the cost of $8 billion, was standing out there like in an orange jumpsuit, waiting to be cut because of some, really, quite frankly, the lack of stewardship and oversight at NASA. But we've now righted that ship with the Cassini report, the fact that we have a actual game plan for making sure the project is completed on time. We were able to do that. But just remember, it's not me. Let's not make it personal. The fact is that me was to make sure you got to do what you do. My job is to help you be you. My job was also to try to protect the overall NASA appropriations. And I am so pleased that this year, and on January 20th, we passed the fiscal appropriations for the funding for the United States government for fiscal 14. It was bipartisan, it was bicameral, it was the first time in several years that we actually got it done. And that means to everybody here who works at NASA, both at Goddard and all of our wonderful facilities, there will be no more government shutdowns. There will be no more furloughs. And for fiscal 14 and 15, we can guarantee that there will be no more sequesters. That's why I was firm, so that I could fight for you, and at the very end, we could deliver for you. Aren't you excited about that? We worked together, and it wasn't easy, I can assure you that. You know, Senator Patty Murray and Paul Ryan did a great budget showing that you can compromise without capitulating on principle. Those two worked and led the way. We in Maryland had the very able help of Chris Van Hollen, who was the vice chair of the Budget Committee. They gave us the framework. They were able to cancel sequester. Then it came to appropriations. Senator Richard Shelby, another devoted advocate of America's space program, and I went to work with the House. They said it couldn't be done. We'll pass some things like defense, but the others will put into a CR, a continuing resolution that would have frozen you at 2013 post-sequester levels. That would have been a disaster, no matter how able the administration, no matter how insistent the oversight. No matter how faithful the employees, it still would have been so Spartan and so skimpy that we would not have been able to do what we needed to do. But we were able to go to work, and we did show that we could compromise on certain line items, even on certain riders. I faced 134 poison pill riders when I went into negotiation, but at the end, we were able to get it done. And what does getting it done mean? We will fund NASA at $17.65 billion. The James Webb will get $658 million, $23 million more than fiscal 13. But most of all, for the NASA employees and for the contractors, we won't face sequester. We will actually have certainty in the budget so that we can plan, we can test, and we can execute. And we did that because we are so proud of you. For this we know that 2013 was indeed a tumultuous year. 97% of NASA's workforce went through furloughs, halting research projects, causing delays in testing. Now we feel that we are on track. We have so much faith in you, and that's how we would round it. We have the right stuff. So much is said about America's exceptionalism. Our exceptionalism lies in science, technology, discovery. That's who we are. It's not only financial entrepreneurship, which is, yes, the hallmark of our country, but it's intellectual entrepreneurship and working with great partners like one of the most wonderful neighbors you could have in the world, the Canadians. And I think the Canadians deserve an extra round of applause. So to our space Mountie today, we say hello to you. So I'm happy to be here at NASA today because this is the latest piece of the puzzle, bringing important instruments and mirrors to Goddard. When completed, this new telescope will absolutely secure our lead in astronomy, I think, for the next 50 years, inspiring generations of stargazers and scientists. For all the groundbreaking that Hubble did, for the rewriting of all the scientific textbooks that Hubble did, the fact is that James Webb, with its 18 high-tech mirrors and 4 advanced scientific instruments, will even be far more superior. And even 50 and 100 years from now, they'll be writing books about what the Hubble did and what James Webb does. We're so very proud of what is going to happen here. So much has happened already. The fact that all of the parts are here, that it's actually happening, that we actually saw on our virtual tour, the whole process going the next step, is why we work so hard. And I said when I was at the Space Telescope Institute, what is so phenomenal about what we will do and working with our international partners is that a lot of our information and our knowledge will give away. A big nation can build a telescope. A rich nation can build a telescope. But it's only a great nation that shares that information, that knowledge, that know-how with the world. This is why I'm so proud of what you do and how the United States of America will lead the way. But in leading the way, we do it with others. And I believe that we'll look back on this milestone as one of the great benchmarks. So good luck to all of you who are going to test, verify, and move it on. And may the force continue to be with you.